Hi everyone, I'm Frank Daniels, and you're watching Football DataLab. We work with a database of over 30,000 active professional players across more than 80 performance metrics. Today, we're looking at pass accuracy for central midfielders. The sample keeps players with more than 7 matches and at least 300 accurate passes. Spain leads at 85.4%. South Korea remains in the leading group at 84.5%. Country rankings give us the broad pattern, but they do not tell us whether one competition drives it. For this episode, we take South Korea and move one level deeper into its leagues. In South Korea, the same metric separates the competitions. K-League 1 leads at 85.4%, while K-League 2 sits at 83.9%. This is not a national team comparison. These are players in the country's club leagues. We take K-League 2 because its sample is large enough for a clean club-level view. The question now changes from where the number is high to which clubs actually shape it. So we keep the country fixed, keep the league fixed, and move to the teams.
The context is now K-League 2 and only central midfielders. Ansan Greeners leads at 88.8%, followed by Songnam FC and Suwon Samsung Blue Wings. Club averages can move with role design, minutes, and the type of actions a coach asks for. They are not a complete ranking of team quality. They show where this specific metric is concentrated. Next, we keep the same league and test whether the pattern survives when nearby roles enter the comparison.
Now, the positional layer. Center back leads at 85.4%, ahead of the best focus role reference, central midfielder at 83.9%. That is the useful contrast. Central midfielder and defensive midfielder provide the next reference points. The gap may come from role instructions rather than raw individual quality, where a player receives the ball, which actions are encouraged, and how much risk the team accepts. That keeps the comparison narrow and meaningful. We now return to central midfielders and identify the individual players behind the league-level result.
This is not a global player ranking. It is only K-League 2 central midfielders. Ji-hun leads at 88.8%, with Ho-Yun and Jun-sun next. Every player passed the same matches and action volume filters. The gap at the top also shows whether the league average comes from one outlier or a wider group. The metric answers one focused question. It does not decide who is the best footballer overall. For the final layer, we keep the league and role unchanged, then split the sample by preferred foot.
The final cut is preferred foot. The right group leads at 84.2%, while left follows at 80.6%. Those groups are a useful final check on how broad the pattern really is. The gap may reflect team shape and which side of the pitch creates the cleaner action, rather than the foot alone. This last split is a clue, not proof of causality, but it shows where the league average is being formed. If this kind of analysis interests you, subscribe, and we'll be back in a few days with a different metric, position, and league from the same dataset.